Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop. And that's enough of that. Oh, we do have somebody turned up. Hello, whoever you may be. Something will turn up in chat shortly. I have great faith. And welcome to another Sunday with Sharpe and Floofer and the Happy Caras. There we go. I knew there was someone sat there. Hello, how are you, my dearie? All going well, I hope. Looking forward to doing your grocery shopping. So, what's been... I would say what's been occurring, but there's two of us here. Yeah, well, whatever. So, news from the fish room. I'm sorry, I've been watching Jeremy Clarkson. Not a lot of news this week, really. Nothing much has changed. Cribs are still looking rather cavey. Like they're about to disappear into the hut and produce more cribs. Just pulled up at the grocery store. Perfect timing. So, yeah, might get another bunch of baby cribs again soon. Not sure how I feel about another 70 odd cribs, but you know, bad hair day again, bad hair life. But considering I was stood there looking at giant cribs in the fish shop earlier, yeah. No, I managed to talk myself out of it, mainly because I've got no quarantine tanks spare at the moment, so things need to be moved about. And even if I do move things about, I'm still not going to have a spare tank. So, oh well, never mind. Hi Anthony, how you diddling, sir? So the only other real news from this week is now there are 40 less bristle noses in the tanks and the tub underneath. So hopefully now I can restock the tub from those, these two tanks, empty these out, and then spread these criblets over at least two tanks. Maybe pull the adult cribs out of that one and put down in the tub as well, because I think it's 3 males, so we should be safe. That's the point. I better check the black crib bucket, because although it's empty and dry and up in the spare room, chances are there's probably a crib in there. Just materialised out of the ether like they tend to do in that tub. That's why I emptied it. Stop getting any more surprises. So that's pretty much the plan. If I can, then to leave myself with an empty tank would be a good thing, because then I can get some more fishies. Yeah, I mean, pretty much wherever they go, they're going to have to be quarantined. I mean, the only place I can really put any new fishes at the moment is either in here or in the 10-gallon, which is currently only home to, I say only, a very important fishy, Tanky, and 4 ember tetras. Bless ember tetras, they're lovely, they're beautiful little fishies. I'm not really considering them high on the list of priorities of things that need to be kept alive, saved, or bred. Yeah, I think now I'm getting to a point where with sales and YouTube income, I am breaking even on the fish hobby, except for buying things like racks and tanks and stuff like that. I've got a fair way to go before I catch up on those payments, but you know. At least now they're paying for their own food, probably water and possibly electric as well. So fingers crossed that will continue going well. And so we've still got what? Still probably got getting on for 200 bristlenoses, if not more, because I've had another spawn since I last looked. So yeah, it could be still like another 225 bristlenoses. I've sold 90 so far this year, so can't complain. 90 at £1 each is a bit of a result. Oh, how bad? No, hair's not too bad. That's okay. We'll leave that then. So you know, Jess is doing the shopping. What are you up to, Anthony? Doing anything fun today, or is it water changes and live streams? Yeah, lurk and shop. Grab me some pork pies, mature Stilton, and extra mature cheddar while you're at it, please, Jess. That'd be nice. Yeah, it's just dawned on me that I haven't had Stilton for quite a while, and I've suddenly got an urge for it. And when I say quite a while, I mean a couple of weeks. Yeah, I eat it by the chunk rather than like have a small slice or a piece on something. I just unwrap the chunk of cheese and eat it because I'm a pig. So yes, other than moving fishes about, which will probably be tomorrow as part of water changes, because I water change the whole rack on a Monday. Hi Sean, Big J, more shell dwellers. I've got more shell dwellers, Sean. They just keep multiplying. And Ian, how you doing, sir? All good, bruv? Yeah, I know we talked about it many times, but don't understand why I can't get a meat pie. Exactly. What is this weird thing with Americans that pies have fruit in them and weird stuff like that? No. Pies have meat and gravy in them. Either like steak and ale, steak and kidney, chicken and mushroom, or well, you could have fish and potato, fish pie. Yeah, it's pie is a food of the gods. Yeah, like the chicken pot pie. Yeah, that kind of thing. Oh, we have all sorts of pies in the UK. I've no idea why they haven't translated across the pond. There are filling, warming, and undoubtedly delicious food stuff. The Mad Mower himself has arrived. Howdy, Tampa Tom. How you doing? Yeah, I'll say, Ian, if you're any closer, I'd send you some Shelleys. You know, because I've got the 4 adults. I've probably got 3 or 4, maybe half a dozen sub-adults, and then 20 or 30 smaller fry and juveniles spread between 2 tanks. Yeah, I've actually spread the tiny little shelly dwellies around more than I have things like cribs and bristlenoses. Oops, never mind. But hey, they're happy and they're growing. Punch something full strength. Actually, try in the face right now for steak, kidney pie, a bit of brown sauce and mash. Yeah. Or now I'd probably forgo the brown sauce and go with gravy on that as well. Or a steak and kidney pudding. Nom 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 nom. You might be able to get Frey Bentos in the States. They're basically tinned pies. This kind of thing you buy, you leave it on the shelf, and then it's ready to eat when it's got about ½ inch of dust, a few dead spiders and flies on the top. Brown sauce? No, it's not a gravy. We've got brown sauce. It's some molasses, vinegar, and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, Marriott. Hi, beautiful. How are you? Handsome. Yeah, right. Face like a slapped bum. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say Shelley's for something the size are how they manage to do what they do. Mine have managed to get an escargot shell balanced on the end at the moment. It's basically stood upright in the tank. Pursuey, howdy do. Yeah, it's between a gravy and a barbecue sauce, kind of. It's sort of a fruity, vinegary, molassesy kind of like a ketchup sort of style, but not tomato. Probably got tomato in it, along with all sorts of other wonderful ingredients. Let's see if I've got a bottle. If I've got a bottle kicking around, I'll read out the ingredients. Oh, Sean's going to hate me right now. The original and the best HP brown sauce. Great on sausages, bacon sandwiches, jack potatoes or beans. Chuck it in with cottage pie. The original brown sauce since 1899. Legendary, unique, distinctive flavour. Closely guarded secret recipe. Ingredients. Here we go. All right, so tomatoes, malt vinegar from barley, molasses, glucose, fructose syrup, spirit vinegar, sugar, dates, corn flour, rye flour, salt, spices, flavorings, and tamarind. It's basically just kind of gloopy brown yumminess, kind of like Branston pickle without the lumps. Yeah, we all love to see Marriott. Here's where I make anyone who's familiar with brown sauce feel ill. Yum, 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 yum. Me being able to do that is probably the equivalent. It'd probably be the same as if someone who'd never tried it tried Marmite. Yum, 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 yum. It's a bit cold here, Marriott. I'm guessing it's positively Siberian where you are. They definitely need warming hugs, that's for sure. I mean, yesterday when I went to work, even I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit cold today. I mean, it wasn't actually that cold. Temperature-wise, it was like only like -1, -2. Brown sauce burp. I do apologise. That really doesn't taste good the second time. Conversion to take the spoon slightly gone off my head. Actually, let me just check the date on this. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on it. 1st of the 1st, 2019. Yeah, I think I better bin that. That's more than slightly off. 10:50. So it's actually kind of warm there then, Marriott. Yeah, 'cause I think our weather's again coming in off the Atlantic rather than from the North Sea. Yeah, and we were forecast snow. We haven't had any here. It certainly feels snowy out there. Num 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 num. So what's that? All of 2019, all of 20. Yeah, that's literally like 25 month out of date. Yeah. Oh, -10, -50. Yeah, that's cold. Does it actually go? Yeah, I don't think it does, Sean. I think it's like lemon juice. I'm not entirely sure in the States, but we have Pancake Day on the 14th, not the 14th of February, on Shrove Tuesday. Ah, good evening, Pridemore. How are you? Yeah, Pancake Day, Shrove Tuesday, where traditionally we have pancakes. The one day of the year we actually have them, and I don't miss them, so I don't bother. But yeah, we have them with lemon juice and sugar. Now, you buy a bottle of lemon juice, doesn't matter when you buy it, they always go out of date at the end of January the next year. Which, now I'm not saying I'm cynical, but hey, see an Aqua and Griffin, welcome aboard. So I'm not saying I'm cynical about it. And Shrove Tuesday being in February and the lemon juice always goes out of date at the end of January, but do you see the correlation? Because let's be honest, lemon juice is acid. It's not going to go off unless you do something really dumb with it, like drink straight out of the bottle and leave some saliva on there, and then that grows bacteria of some description. Other than that, it's a pure acid. It's not going to do anything weird. I remember, like, my foster parents had the same bottle for about a decade. Oh, pardon me. Oh. Right. Mental note: Monster and brown sauce burps. Don't do it. Oh. Yeah, that's not good. That's really not pleasant. It's dry cold, and that means it's kin cold. Yeah. So I think that's what it is here as well, Mario. It's dry. There's no moisture there. The ground. Well, I say no moisture. There's floods everywhere, but the ground's dry. Bigger. Not had any rain or anything for a week. Yeah, it's a weird combination of fruity, sweet, savoury, vinegary. I reckon you should try it, Sean. Next time you get hold of a bottle of brown sauce, swig some brown sauce, swig some Monster, have a burp, and see what you reckon. It's not quite up there with Stilton and Coke, because that is a particularly horrific burp, but brown sauce and bacon is a very good burp. So yeah, it's the clear nights, I think, is the issue at the moment, because we haven't got the cloud cover keeping any warmth from the daylight sun in. So it just gets blooming chilly at night. It was actually quite pleasant when myself and Mary went out today. It was dry, sunny, quite nice. Yes, as soon as the sun went down, temperature plummeted like a stone. Yeah, we did have this weird yellow thing in the sky today, Merritt. Hang on, you're not that far north. You get that period in the middle of winter when you just don't get any daylight, are you? I'd probably quite enjoy that. Although I wouldn't like the summertime with 24 hours of daylight. That wouldn't be good. I think the here the earliest it gets light in the middle of summer is like 4 in the morning, and the latest it gets light is about 10:30 at the latest it gets dark is 10:30, 11 at night. Then depths of winter it doesn't get light till like 8 in the morning. It gets dark again by 4. So I just find a place to get lions like, oh sweet. Yeah, well, I mean, another one of the Brexit things. Now, I've got friends in Germany who are expats. So, got stupid people in Norway these days. We've got stupid people in the UK, Marek. There's stupid people everywhere. I mean, not here, obviously. There's nobody stupid here. Maybe a bit dumb on occasion, me and Sean mostly. But, yeah, that's just the way we tend to injure ourselves. There's a difference between being dumb and being stupid. Dumb is just not thinking. Dumb generally is people who do things to win Darwin Awards. Except for one I heard about the other day with the guy got let off a death row where he was awaiting the electric chair. Then, like a couple of weeks later, in his jail cell, his TV stopped working. So he tried to fix it whilst sitting on the metal toilet and using his teeth to cut through the cable while it was still plugged in. I mean, that's a whole special kind of idiot, that is. Are you an idiot enough to get caught in the first place? And you get your death sentence commuted to life in prison, then you accidentally kill yourself by electrocution. I went from the electric chair to the electric throne anyway, I suppose. So, yeah. All's well that ends well, I guess. We're in lockdown. Someone finds that they want to have a hockey match. Outbreak of COVID. Yeah. We had a couple of weeks ago, there was a rave planned, and when the police busted the rave, as they should, as they would anyway, people claiming that because we don't watch the news, we weren't aware there was a pandemic. You don't need to watch the news to know. You just have to open your eyes at some point and you'll know that there's something going on. Speaking of something going on, there's the wee man, wee Dan. How you diddling? Yeah, so what I call them, Marek, is I call them COVIDiots. Or pro-plaguers. That's the other one. Yeah. Can't get the vaccine. It's got a 5G chip in it that will transmit all your... Oh, no, it hasn't. If you think it has, perhaps you do need a tracking chip inserted in you, so the rest of us can keep an eye on where the hell you are and stay away. Yeah, I'll say all it takes is one idiot, and you do get an outbreak, Marek. That's the problem. At least when I almost killed myself, it was an accident. You wouldn't expect it. Took the oldest boy for a driving lesson and both survived. Result. I mean, probably not the best time of year to be starting to learn to drive, but hey, good on you. The sooner you learn to drive in bad conditions, the better, in my book. I mean, notice common cold and flu has just vanished from the planet. Yeah, it kind of has. It's funny that, isn't it? New England, and hello, bye. Yeah, it's one of those. everyone's wearing a mask so people stop transmitting all these colds and flus and viruses around. Yeah, people haven't really thought about that. Because I mean, I normally, if there's a cold going around, being that I work in a shop and have done for a good few years now, if there's a cold going around, I'll catch it, guarantee. There's been quite a few going around, and in the year that I've been working this place, I haven't had one. I haven't had a single cold, snuffle, anything. What does that tell you? Right, so people are staying further apart, they're wearing masks, they're sanitizing their hands, being careful about what they do, and illnesses aren't going around quite so much. I wonder if there's something in that. Motty, how the devil are you? But I'll be up with prisoner on here. Yes, the phone up the bum. Yeah, I've seen pictures of that one. I think the best one I saw was a Buzz Lightyear toy. It got inserted, and then the button got pressed, and Buzz Lightyear's wings came out. That wasn't coming out without surgery either. Yeah, long time no see, Motty. Hope you're doing well. So, it's been several months since I last built anything. Yeah, to infinity and oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, so mobile phones and Buzz Lightyears up buttholes. Welcome to a stream about fish keeping. We haven't talked anything fish other than a quick bit on Shelley's. I'll go over it again for those who just got here with the no offense, Dan, but I'd disappear off for takeaway food as well. Now I ain't going to be upset. Apparently you do have to feed fry. And defreeze aquariums, Rob, I think. Yeah. It's because everything is labelled COVID, cold. No, let's say it's if you get something like cold or flu or whatever and you get a test, it only gets labelled as COVID if you have got COVID in the UK anyway. Don't know about the States. Open out times here. Yeah. Yeah, I say all the takeaways are busy as heck at the moment because people can't go out to get them. So the delivery drivers are rushing out at blue ass flies trying to deliver everyone's food. And then you'll get some Karen moan that it took more than 10 minutes when they live a 20-minute drive from the shop they ordered it from. Yeah, bloody Karens. Yeah, that Buzz Lightyear, Sean. Yeah, not the little ones. It was a full-size Buzz Lightyear toy. Fantastic, beautiful people. That's not me included in that. Depends how quick huskies are. Till plant, that is a crypt. It's not Wendetii, it's not a Tropica. It's a cryptocrine of some description. I can't remember which one it was. The only reason it's tall is because it's got really leggy. There's There's literally no leaves below there. Yes, hello, happy Cara. Yes, I know. I know you want food, but you've been fed. You're fat enough already, didn't you, eh? Yes. So I just walked out the fish store, not much in there just as well. Yeah, I did the same. I went in with fish and came out with money. Uh, yeah, so because as I did that, I sold another 40 bristle noses today. Going to be having a bit of a rejig around here so I can get the bristle noses hopefully out of both of these tanks and the adult cribs out of that tank and move them down into the tub at the bottom. Then split up the 70 odd crebensis that are in there between at least two of them and see if I can actually work myself a spare tank, which could be a problem at the moment because I've got another tub under the stairs with a spawn of bristle noses in it, and I've got another tub, another breeder box in the tank with the bristle noses that's got another spawn in it. Yeah, they don't. It's like every month. Yeah, so yeah, I'm lucky. I got one that's what is it about? Well, if you go down the A11, it's about 6 mile. If I was to cycle there, it'd be about 10 mile. And it's a really rather large one as well. Large freshwater section. When I say large, I mean like about 80, maybe 100 foot long. Same with the freshwater, the saltwater section the other side. There's some really weird stuff in there. Plants are down the middle. There's some display tanks. There's an absolute honker of a tank, which has got giant gourami, pacu, some massive horse-faced catfish thing, alligator gar, happy turtle. What other stuff is in there? Some things that look like roach, but they aren't. They're probably some kind of monster tetra that people buy, think is going to grow about an inch, ends up about a foot long. 4 nearby, it's CPDs. Price is ridiculous. Yeah, I'll say CPDs generally are expensive over here as well. They're normally about £6 each, which is kind of why I was hoping mine would breed. I mean, they are, but something that small, I can't really be bothered to go down the route of trying to feed the fry. If I got any, well, they spawn like every day or every other day, but it doesn't take them now. You see, I've noticed the exact opposite, Rob, is like with COVID and the restricted imports, as it were. So we're not getting many live fish imports into the country. I've noticed that shops are far more willing now to take in stock that is homebred. And of the 50 bristle noses I took into there about 3 weeks ago, it was 3 weeks ago today. Of the 50 bristle noses I took them, they've sold all of them. When I rang up and said, did you want some more bristle noses? I was like, yeah, how many you got? I'm like, yeah, well, how many do you want? He said, why is that? I said, well, I've got over 200 of them. So, can we have like 40? Yeah, it was me that bought them in last time. Oh, cheers. Sir Kenny of Danny Ken, how the devil are you, sir? Well, thank you very much, Dan, for dropping a link to my rather random video that came to me in a flash of inspiration. I can't remember where I was or what I was doing when the idea came to me. It was just one of them. I had the idea. I had to think about it for a couple of minutes, turn the camera on, started waffling, then turned the camera off and uploaded it. Yeah, so that is one of the things that I've taken and noticed with the video is the amount of new people there are in the hobby. So that will go one of two ways. Either that means we'll get a whole bunch of new people in the hobby long term, and that'll be great, or there will be a whole bunch of second-hand tanks on Facebook Marketplace fairly shortly. Which will also be great if you'd want a second-hand tank. Probably with about 3 buckets full of various chemicals, clown puke, gravel, plastic plants, and some really god-awful cheesy little castles and bridges and SpongeBob SquarePants and Cookie Monsters. Yeah, we all like Happy Marriott. Happy Marriott is good. Such a pretty smile. Bit mischievous as well, that smile. It's intriguing. Yes, I mean, currently I've got within sensible travelling distance, which in the UK is a lot less than it is the other side of the pond. I've got Swallow Aquatics in East Harling, which is where I went today, if anyone wanted to look it up. Because that's also the place where you can buy... I mean, if I'd wanted to, I could have bought an entire like gecko set up today for a couple £100. Also, they got caiman and giant tortoise. Well, I say giant tortoises, but they're not giant, they're just big. Not angel face. It is very angelic. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Rob, is, I mean, after our first lockdown finished, I went to the Maidenhead Aquatics in Norwich, and yeah, they had hardly anything in. But that was they had guppies and platties and mollies coming out the hoo-ha, and the big angry cichlids, well, small big angry cichlids, but hardly anything of anything else. That was purely because, well, the guppies just keep breeding on their own, the live bearers, and the big angry cichlids aren't suitable for everyone's tanks. But some shipments have definitely started coming through. But then also, as I was saying, the shops have started going, we need stock. Where can we get stock? We can't get it from abroad. We've got to get it from the UK. Oh, we got this local person that lives just down the road, and they breed these, and this other one breeds those, and this one, heck, if I bred guppies other than as food, then I could probably keep quite a nice little shop going with bristlenoses, crebensis, guppies, shell dwellers, plants, cherry shrimp, Malaysian trumpet snails, algae, moss. Yeah. Mischievous. Oh, you could, of course, just call yourself mischievous. And yeah, I mean, I was lucky enough to get in on Xbox Live early enough that I actually got my name as my gamer tag. No, my gamer tag on Xbox Live is John Sharpe, with a space. No weird characters or letters changed to be numbers or anything like that. Just my name. That's how early I got onto Xbox Live. Oh, that's going to be such a cool video, Danny. Oh, Kenny. Sorry. I'm guessing you're going to film something there. Either you're in or both or all three. I look forward to seeing the results of that. whether you decide to go all posh and edity or Sharpie style and just wave a camera around and waffle a bit. And fridge full of Monster in the corner, exactly. Although this weather, I don't need a fridge for the Monster, I just leave it in the kitchen. It's the same temperature as outside, pretty much. Yeah, still not got any heating on. Definitely. And say hi to Jason when you're up there. Go, what up, my fish nerd? Just open the door and shout nerd. You'd probably expect it to be me then. Got on the other day in my library. Yeah, actually, that's something I'm going to have to do because, yeah, I've got a new card, so I'll have to change the card on my Xbox Live account, otherwise I'll lose my gold. I'll go back to silver with all the other plebs. And we're now tied in with Game Pass. Yeah, I haven't got Game Pass. Mine is just that old that I've still got all the old stuff. So yeah, it's just gold. And no, I'm not going to start singing the Spandau Ballet song. The Electric Blue Akara, no, that's why I call them the Happy Caras. Those guys wouldn't or haven't said boo to a goose. I'm the only reason there is still a Guppy, 2 Ember Tetras, and a Copper Harlequin in there is because they're now too small for the Bashir to bother to eat, I think is the main reason. Old Spazzy boy, he looks at me and goes, yeah, you're not worth chasing. Although I think he has got his eye on the clown loaches now. If he gets a bit bigger, he'll be big enough to eat the clown loaches. Yeah, exactly. Don't see the point in Game Pass. The ones I want to play I've already got, yeah. I mean, all I ever play is World of Warships. And I've got basically everything turned off. So it is just me playing World of Warships with a bunch of random on both sides. I don't hear anything or see anything. Oh yeah, it's ludicrous the amount of money some people make playing computer games. You know, that classic of when we were kids is a no, don't play on the arcade. Why are you playing on that? You'll never make money out of that. Well, I mean, slightly different, but still using the computer. I make money out of YouTube. Not a lot, but pardon me. If I did something a bit more, if I did like gaming videos or other, reacted to other people's videos or that kind of stuff, I'll get, or reactions to music, I'm probably making a small fortune. Playing Jedi Fallen Order, don't want to play. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing is games are getting too short these days. The single player, it's all about online multiplayer. Online multiplayer. I don't care. I'm not interested in that. I want to sit down and play the game on my own. Or if I have like a mate come over, then do some split screen. But most games don't even have split screen anymore, even if they are multiplayer. Just annoying. Yeah, you something living playing Galo. I never understood how Halo got so. It's just yeah. Two Blast from the Past, Crisis. Oh, yeah, they are. Blast from the Past. And I think of all the various hobbies I've had, this is the only one I've actually made any money out of. Obviously, I'm still deep in a hole, but it's cost me more than I've made so far. But the numbers are starting to tilt in the direction of making more than I'm spending, so I'm happy. Playing Minecraft split screen with Wee Man earlier. Way to spend the Sunday morning. My Sunday morning was tidying up housework, having a bath, getting rid of 2 weeks worth of beard growth, and it looks like I haven't had a shave now because it's been nearly a day. And then playing catchy bristlenosy. Which, I mean, they're easy to catch. It's just catching the right ones. Because you don't want to send. You want to get rid of the bigger ones because they take up more space, produce more poop, sell quicker in the shop. Don't end up in the shop's sump filter. Yeah, that's the problem I had with I got a bunch of bristle noses in from somebody else before Christmas, and the guy was saying that do the typing up. Sweet. Makes the task go easier. You mean you realise that the job at hand is actually not as dull as you might have first thought. There's someone. They took in a load of baby bristle noses, but they were baby bristle noses. Probably, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks old at most. He said, "Yep, we took them in, but because of the size, we didn't give the guy any money. The guy had like a couple of guppies or something for him." But yeah, apparently they all ended up in the sump filter because they were just so small that they just got sucked out. Well, bristle noses being bristle noses, investigated the tube, all ended up in the filter. Got to watch my 2-year-old grandson today. It'll be fun. I'll be wore up this on the street tonight. Yeah, grandkid. Well, you know what to do, Kenny. About an hour before you're due to hand them back, start feeding them something really sugary and possibly caffeinated as well. That's what being a grandparent is about. Is getting your own back on your kids. Sending them back a kid that's chock full of sugar and candy and caffeine and all sorts, bouncing off the walls, and go, "This is your problem now." 3 grandsons, 2 granddaughters, and one granddaughter. Damn, Kenny, you've been busy. And your younglings have been busy as well. Oh, well, filling up with sugar. Exactly. Has to be done. It's like me being. Let's say stepdad because it's the easiest way to explain it. I get to be the embarrassing one. I get to embarrass the kids in public now, and they're 17 and 19. I get to embarrass them in public. Has to be done. It's the law. Much like wearing a mask. And you know all these people who go, "Oh, I forgot my mask, sorry." It's really not hard to remember your mask. You just leave it in your damn pocket. Or you get a few of them and you leave them in several pockets. Boys can't get a girl that works the right way, so no grandbabies for me. Oh, bless. Yeah, so I mean, I don't particularly want to be a granddad. Um, I wouldn't end up having to look after anyone. I barely look after myself. Let's be honest. Um, this is why I've got no fur babies of my own. Fin babies are a little easier to look after. Exactly, the benefit of not caring what other people think of us. And most people like around about my age or what will understand that we are just embarrassing the kids on purpose. Two masks to be in public. Yeah, that'll work. I say we are still one mask, but given how many problems a lot of people seem to have trying to get one mask on, two is just not going to happen. Uh, got a feeling that I'm going to lose money when I finally get one. Yeah, so thankfully, Adam and Nadine are in no rush. Nadine doesn't like small children anyway, so that's a bonus. And myself and Mary are in no rush either to have grandlings. Um, and we're both grey and I'm going bald, but yeah, not old enough. Not old enough for that yet. Although grandkids would probably be closer to my level, to be honest. I'm usually popular with the small children when they come into the shop. Surgical mask and a cloth one over the top. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Mask. Yeah, or they take the mask. In our case, you have to buy it. Um, they go around, they do their shopping. Then when you come out of the shop at the end of your shift, you can see all the masks laying on the floor outside where people have, oh, I forgot my mask or I ain't got a mask. So they buy one for £1, put it on, do their usually buy alcohol and cigarettes. So they're in the shop about 5 minutes. And then they throw it on the ground on the way out. No, then they're not like one-use throwaway things. You can reuse them. Marriott Mrs. hugging babies. Youngest is 14, is taller than me. Oh, bless. Yeah, there aren't many ladies taller than me, so it's not really a problem. But no, I can't exactly hug people at the moment. I wouldn't. Mary doesn't mind if I just hug random people because that's what I'm like. I'm just a complete tar. But no, COVID. It's supposed to be saying 6 feet away from each other, so hugs don't really work. The ones that buy the expensive masks and then don't wear them. Yeah. So I've got the one for work, which is a work one. It's got one stop written on it. Fair enough. I don't mind that. Um, but yeah, so I've got my shrimpy one, I've got my pleco one, and I've got some of their surgical ones as well. No, literally just stick a mask in the pocket of whichever trousers I'm wearing for that week. Work one goes in the work trousers, and there's always a surgical one in my rucksack. and I've usually got at least one of those three things with me. So Dan gets baby hugs, also baby vomit, baby dribble, baby chewed up veg, baby poop, baby pee. Yeah, he's still a mummy's boy, but it's not the same when you sit in his lap. Bless you. I'm just going to spend 2 hours getting baby food. Yeah, but you know, that's the kind of cleaning up after a little one that you don't mind doing, Kenny. They're showing active interest and enjoying the fish and nature. And that's one of the things that I think we really do have to nurture in children. Just the general love of nature and the natural world and all its myriad wonders. Yeah, go for a walk down by a river, or just sit there quietly and just watch the birds and the animals and, if you're lucky, the fish and the bugs and the insects and everything just going about its daily life. His favourite is the Oscars. Well, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Oscars, but I can understand why. Big, bright, colourful. They'll come up the front of the tank to say hello. Probably trying to bite his nose when he rubs it against the tank and thinks he's... So he's got his nose up against the glass and he thinks they're trying to give him a kiss. No, mate, they're trying to eat your face. All good with babies. It's all a chore. First year you can take them fishing on the boat. Oh, sweet. Again, more lessons in just enjoying nature and the world as it is. Because I mean, I'm no eco-mentalist, right? I think we can probably all safely associate that. Must get damp, cold sore, herpes. Well, you're only going to get herpes if you've actually got it already. Yeah, I'll say you're welcome to your point of view in New Englander, but if you were to try and come insert a shop in the UK, you would be politely asked to leave unless you had exemption proof. Former manager technically about yesterday about coming back Friday night. Cops out 14 times. Someone peed on the sunglasses. I shall have a look at the photo on. Oh, okay. Dan's off for his takeaway. Seeing the world from the little kids level. Yeah, I've never grown up beyond that, really. I mean, I've got the cynical side of me, but I'm definitely in touch with my inner child. And saying the easiest thing with a mask is stick it in the washing machine and clean it. It's not really cool. Someone peed on the sunglasses. Yeah, I mean, I got abused. Yeah, I said I got abused and threatened. I got sworn at the other day. Yeah, if I didn't have someone swear at me for, you know, basically asking to follow the law and not be a complete douche canoe. Wonder when the first snow falls, the shadows on the ground. Yeah, the shadows that are there, but there's nothing there casting the shadow. Yeah, teach them. Don't be scared of that. It's not going to hurt them. Yeah, I just had a memory of trying to stamp on my own shadow, or trying to be faster than my shadow so I could like watch my shadow move after I finish moving, that kind of thing. Where the summers seem like years. Oh yes, those 5.5 weeks or 6 weeks of summer holiday from school that just went on forever. Yeah, month and a half these days has gone like that. You know, you have a week off work and you think, yeah, I've got a list of jobs I've got to get done. I'll chill for a few days and I'll get the jobs done. It'll all be good, no worries. Oh crap, I've got to go back to work tomorrow. Right, where's my list of jobs I've still got left to do? Yeah, so the last couple of days you end up going flat out trying to get all the jobs done. When you go back to work, you're just as knackered as you were when you left. If not more so. I remember like even half-term weeks, because we have in the UK we have 3 terms split in half, so for the school year anyway. So you get 2 weeks at Easter, 5 or 6 weeks in summer, 2 weeks at Christmas, and then 3 1-week breaks spread out between all that. And yeah, those 1 week half terms, they used to last for ages. Now you get a week off and you're like, where'd that go? Hated something like full football practices. Yeah, I mean, I used to play football a lot. I was either playing football with my feet, not my hands, or fishing, or doing chores. Yeah, so I'd be playing football, soccer for like 12 hours a day. That's why my legs are knackered. That's why I've got good knees and bad shin splints and ankles. Hips probably nothing to do with that. Yeah, lots of running around on baked hard dirt. Yeah, Texas. Yeah, well, at least American football, you get to have a break every 5 seconds. From what I've seen of it, yeah, everyone sort of shuffles around, lines up. Guy throws the ball back. People run around for a few seconds. Another guy throws the ball. Then the guy either catches it and runs, or gets tackled, or catches it and gets tackled, or it's just a big bundle in the middle, and then it restarts again. Kenny's got bad knees and hips from football and the Marines. Yeah, so it's the knees mostly will take the abuse. My hips I was born with bad hips, so I don't worry about that. I'm quite literally, I can go to step out the front door and it's like a 8-inch step down, and more than once my right leg has just dropped out of joint. You go to put it down and you go to put your weight on it and your hip's dislocated and you go bump onto the floor. Ow. Yeah. Or I wake up in the morning and first thing you have to do, I mean, I've done it a few times where I've woken up and the first thing I've had to do is relocate my shoulder, because that's dislocated during the night. So I can then pick my leg up, hook my foot through the end of the bed, pull on that to relocate my hip. Then I can get out of bed. It's not good. Old person pain. Oh, I feel that pain, Kenny. I feel that. Yeah. As I joke with the young'uns, it's you know that random twinge you get where you get a bit worried about it because you're not sure how you did it, so you don't know why something hurts. I go, yeah. So you've got that 24/7. It's more worrying if you wake up and nothing is sore or hurts. That's when you start getting concerned. Both knees in a shot, shattered ankle, no idea how many dislocated shoulder. Oh, I can beat on the shoulder dislocations, because there's one, there's two, there's three, there's four. Yeah, there's about 40 to 50% of the actual shoulder joint just doesn't exist, and the ligaments are loose as well, which really doesn't help. Yeah, it's when stuff stops cracking and clicking and making noises because you've worn it down that far, it just doesn't do it anymore. About the only thing that regularly cracks is my elbows now. Even my knuckles have stopped doing it most of the time. Although my back did the other day. But I'm not sure whether that was because my back was cracking or whether because it was just an exceptionally large fart. You know, when you fart hard enough to make your back crack and sack, no. All damage from fighting the Golden Glove. Yeah. Play wide receiver and strong safety. Everything going at both shoulders. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not run out of. I've lost count of the amount of times I've broken my nose. So, you know, it's amazing these things even stay on my face at all. It's the last time, I can't remember. One time when I break it. One time when I broke it, it was right along the join line between the cartilage and the bones. So it's actually two separate bits now. It never heal back together. Yeah, when stuff gets really worn out, it stops cracking. You just round off all the surfaces that make the cracky noises. And I'm not sure which is worse. It's probably better if they still crack. Yeah, it's one of those signs of getting old is when you try and either get out of bed or get out of a chair that you've been sitting in for a while, and you make those involuntary noises. Then you sort of stop and stand up straight, slowly stretch yourself out a bit. Right, now I can move. Yeah. And I think everything you do to your body now, you're going to pay for later in life. It's something that is just, you know, the body will repair itself, but only to a certain degree. I mean, I can forecast thunderstorms now because my ankle starts to hurt, and if my shoulder starts to hurt as well, it's going to be a really bad one or a really good one, depending on your viewpoint. I like a good thunderstorm. Really used to enjoy sitting out back in a thunderstorm in my fishing chair with my fishing brolly up. It's got the side table on the chair, so I've got my ashtray beside me, got a drink, backy tin lighter, and a big floofy Zach sat in my lap watching the lightning. Yeah, I'll say again, without going back, people didn't realise the effect that the big hits were going to have long term on the body. I mean, I know about the chronic entropy thing. Can't remember the actual name for it. From the repeated concussions that wrestlers and American footballers take. stuff that makes old boxers sound like they're drunk all the time. It's that kind of thing. Lord Bob of the Ark, how the devil are you? Welcome aboard. Yeah. See you later, Rob. Good to see you. Have fun. Stay safe. All that good jazz. Yeah, I mean, I've literally got some that just don't actually dislocate anymore. If you're a viewer of a sensitive disposition, please look away now. Because, I mean, like, these ones don't actually crack. They just pull clean out of joint now. That one's still got a bit of a crack left in it, but that's, now it's cracked, it's pulled clean out. Yeah, I'm broken. And I've done so much to my bloody wrists over the year. People go, "Oh, have you got carpal tunnel?" Yeah, I don't know. Just hurts. Sprained them, damaged them, all sorts, so many times. Got to go get water changes started. Yeah. Thank you very much for popping in, Kenny. Have a good day. Enjoy your water changes. And enjoy the little one. Remember, fill them up with sugar before you send them back. Broken is an old Madonna on hit. Yeah. Michael, what's my opinion on ordering off of eBay? It depends what you're ordering. For fish, I've not done it. And depends where you are, but I would probably be maybe a little reticent unless you know the person. I would think most people who are selling like fish on eBay or Get Gills or whichever insert name here, probably got a YouTube channel or a Facebook page so you can actually go and look and see the fish. Hopefully. It's not something I've done. I'm sure there's plenty here who have ordered fish from eBay. I've not even like mail ordered fish at all, as it were. The one time I was looking at it was from a place in the UK called Tropco. So I wanted some epistogrammas and I couldn't find any locally. In the end, me and Mary had to drive for a couple of hours. Basically, we had to go back to her house and then a bit further and then come back to my house. And then a few hours later, she drove back to her house again. Yeah. But I say it was the only time, and they wouldn't guarantee a pair. I was like, well, I don't want two males or two females. I want a male and a female. You know, that's kind of the whole point of buying two. But I've got all his walk changes done in 2 days, so he won't be behind tomorrow. Meeting up with Ginger again. Riding with Ed, Tiffany White, and John Cox. Cool. That sounds like great fun. Say hi to everyone for me, Bob. And if it's allowed, Ginger a hug and Tiffany as well. Here. Hello, Laurie, Monster Fish Gal. How are you? Three guppies today, 2 female, 1 male. One of the females seems quite pregnant. How the tanks are separated. Always very, very possible. Male guppies will quite happily jump from one tank to the next if they think there's girlies in the next tank. I've bought all female guppies out of a all-female tank in the shop that was in the middle of a row of all-female tanks, and within 48 hours I had babies. Yeah, they were pregnant already. Warrior Games, haven't been to the channel for a while. Live streams always so cool. Thank you very much. I wouldn't say cool. Better than Antiques Roadshow is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, that's about as good as I can. Slightly more entertaining than the Antiques Roadshow, and with hopefully less annoyance than whatever else is on at this time of night on a Sunday. It's been so long since I watched television that I don't know what's on. Do you know, it's probably going to be pants. Heck, I'm even cancelling my TV license for next year because I never watch it. Yeah, I mean, basically, it just means you've got a whole bunch of free guppies on me. Oh, fry tank update. We certainly can do a fry rack update. You good time. I think one of my best stories from Antiques Roadshow, especially it's the UK version, was a pair of guys turned up with a whole bunch of silver and got candlesticks and all that kind of plates and stuff. And the guy's going through and he's valuing it all. Oh no, it's been in the family for. No, it was all stolen. They nicked it. They went on Antiques Roadshow to get a valuation so they could sell it on. And the person who they nicked it from was watching Antiques Roadshow. So yeah, they got done. Right, so fry rack updates. Let's see what we got. So if we start down the bottom, tub o plecklets. So bristle noses in there. There's only about 40 or 50 left in there now. This one, get it semi-straight at least, is home to 70 crebensis and about 25 bristle noses. That one that's covered with algae has got 7 or 8 baby shell dwellers in it. Try not to fall over while I'm doing it. That one is about 25 larger crebensis and another 25 bristle noses, although we do have some long fins in there, which you might see line up by the thermometer. It's about 50% tail, 50% pleco. And up here, there's probably another 40 bristle noses in there. It looks empty, but there's about another 40 bristle noses and 3 adult crebensis in there. And the other one at the far end, that one is also 25 to 30 cribs and bristle noses. Then I've got another tub with another spawn of bristle noses under the stairs, another spawn of bristle noses in the breeder box in their tank. Yeah, and a bunch more baby shell dwellers. Yeah, this is going nuts. She's coming on Friday with pisto shell these tanks. Cool. Thank you, Warrior. Got 4 nails today. Introducing one of the fish started floating in the world as it was playing dead and eventually died. Could be temperature shock, pH shock, stress, all sorts. I mean, it all depends. You know, it's hard to kind of know, but that crypt needs thinning. Which one? That one? That one? That one? That one? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much all needs a bit of a trim, but I kind of like the crazy overgrown kind of vibe to it. See you soon, Marriott. Ooh, any tips on breeding guppies for fun? Yeah, stick them in a tank, feed them once a day, give them a water change once a week, about 25%. Make sure you got hard water. If you, well, it depends where you are. If you got live bearers, prefer harder water. And don't stick a bashir in with them or any other cichlids. If you just stick your trio of guppies in a tank and leave them to it, and they'll just multiply. Yeah, you can breed them with cherry shrimp as well. That way you won't get planaria, because the guppies will eat the planarians. Because my shrimp are in a little tank just there that you can just about see out the corner. The one that's completely covered with algae, because I treated it from planaria, and obviously had to pull out the nerite snails, which means that the glass is no longer getting nerited clean. I also pulled half of the moss out of there as well. Easiest fish to breed is going to be guppies, platies, mollies, swordtails, any of the live bearers, because you just put 2 in a tank and leave it. Yeah, shell dwellers. Yeah, shell dwellers are easy to breed. Just give them hard water, sand, and shells. They're happy. Once they're happy, they start breeding. Cherry shrimp. Shrimp can be a bit trickier. I mean, they'll do the breeding. It's just whether you can keep them alive or not. So yeah, here's the shell dweller tank. Anyway, I know that will make Sean happy. And if I put food in there, you'll see just how many there actually are. Most of them are hiding in the shells. And then, here's the views. I'll try and get the camera pointed in roughly right direction. And there is the shrimpy tank. And that's as long as the camera lead is, I'm afraid. Then, over there is, get the camera somewhat straight. The one you can see in the middle is the fish farm fluval flex with the pair of bristlenoses and cribs in it that are breeding. You can even pick out the white glow like Danio from here. Nuts. Then there's another couple over that way as well. And the better tank with little Englebert. What light is on the Shelly tank? That is the standard one that comes with the fluval flex bob. And it's turned down to about 75%, something like that. Sofa is ancient. Well, that's what it is. It's what? It's got to be about 30-year-old, 25, 30-year-old. But yeah, it's literally just the standard light that comes with the fluval flex in the Shelly tank. Turned down, all the coloured lights turned off, so it's just the white lights on in there. Yeah. Let's give the Shelly some food, shall we, and see what happens. Time for some craziness. We will go with Tetra micro granules, complete food for small tropical fish. The reason I like these, it comes with a little spoon that actually helps I put it in the right way. Missed it. So the spoon, turn it the right way around. Just locks into the side of the cap. Simple, useful. Means you can judge how much you're feeding at any particular time quite easily, and you can feed the same amount every time. So pop the food in. Here they come. Dum 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 dum. There they all are. But yay, food time! Zoomies. And that's not all of them. The really small ones are staying down the bottom in the shells. Yeah, it's not very often you get shell dwellers right up the top of the tank, especially not that small. I think it's safe to say they're happy and contented shell dwellers in there. If they were scaredified and unhappy, they would. Blooming camera cable's getting all tangled up now. If they were unhappy, scared, whatever, they'd all be hiding up at the bottom rather than coming up at the top for their food. Oh yes, Ginger's scaling down, isn't she, at the moment? Because was it landlord being a git? Yeah. So the only thing I've got to figure out now with the shell dwellers is once I've got enough that are big enough to sell to make it worth taking them to the shop to sell, how the hell do I bloody catch them and get them in a bag? Because as soon as you lift the lid on that, they all disappear into the shells. And they don't come out again until you put the lid back down. Oh, yeah, we've got another spawn of babies as well. And that is... When did I get them? Was it... Oh... between lockdowns, wasn't it? So... Was it about last summertime I got these, Sean? Last summer? Something like that? Late spring, early summer? Yeah, 2 males, 2 females, and yeah. And they're probably having smaller spawns now because they're getting a bit crowded. 15 gallons for that many is probably a bit springtime. Yeah. Yeah, possibly just after first lockdown then. Yeah, because I got them with bristle noses. That was it. Yeah, I paid bristle noses and got shell dwellers. Yeah, and yeah, after the first lockdown, yeah. So, they weren't exactly full grown when I got them. So give them a little while to grow up and mature, and boom, they just keep producing and keep producing. Yeah. I mean, the first batch I transferred over, I don't know what I got wrong, but something went wrong, and I may have accidentally deadified nearly 20 of them, but they seem to be doing quite well in there now anyway. Could have just been the tank was too new and didn't have any life in it. All tanks and everything. Yes. The multi-tank syndrome took over, and then someone came and did an inspection or a visit and had a freak out. And another container of fresh water, put the cup upside down, wait them to come out of the shell. So in like a bucket, stick a cup upside down over the shell, or with the shell beside it so they can go under the cup. Either that or I'm going to be breaking a lot of shells. I'll put the shell on the cup so they come out of the shell and go down to the bottom. And then you can grab the shell out before they swim back up and get into it. Good idea. Good idea, Batman. I'm going to have to remember that one. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it'll take a while to catch 20 odd, but you know, hey, it'd be quicker than trying to block off shells with nets and get the shell in the net and wait for them to try and come out of it, and then try and pull the shell out of the net before the fish goes back in it. And glass flower vase. Righty-ho. I'll probably use an empty algae wafer container or something, or one of these. Oh. I just use one of them inside my bucket, stick a couple of shells on the top. Yes, it had water in it. Now I have a wet leg. Yes, stick that in the bucket, fill the bucket with water, shells on the top, wait for the fish to come out, take the shells out, fish are in the bucket. That sounds good. Thank you very much for that, Sean. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Bob's having a sing-song. Oh, what movie was that from? That was it's probably a vampire movie. And it's probably a random one. I can't remember. I remember that's where I originally remember that song from, is from a movie. And Willkommen back, Marit. And yes, I know that's German, not Norwegian, but I don't know. Sue me, I don't speak Norwegian. And heck, I struggle enough with English. Yeah, the Beatles. Had cut hubby's hair. Oh dear. If you got a spare couple of, mind you, if I tie that back, it doesn't actually look too bad anymore, does it? Yeah, I'm either going to have to get a haircut or get some hair bands or hair grips or something like that to just try and control some of this fluff. One with John Goodman. Oh, yeah, I think it was Sean. Oh, yeah. I still can't remember what it was called. Oh, pardon me. Yes, hello, Shelly Dwelly. I know you're upset with me because your home shell is right down this corner of the tank where the ashtray is. So every time I go to flick a cigarette, you go diving into your shell. Bartered aqua balls for a large conch shell from his shelly tank. Need a larger one for my marine crab. Sending him shelly type shells. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if there was a shell dweller that needed conch shells, Sean would want it. Not sure I would. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing. I think it was John Goodman and vampires and just someone singing that song while they murdered someone. I mean, it could, of course, be a drug-infused dream I've had in the past. In which case, me and Sean have been dreaming the same things. Pardon me, which wouldn't be surprising. We tend to think the same things at the same time. We've got those red fins on the sheds. Yeah. Yeah, always good to mix up the genetics if you can. Add a new, I say even if it's just adding a new male, or well, something like that, probably a new female would probably be a better idea than a new male, because a new male might cause fights and might not become the alpha male. Oh, thank you very much, Bob, for the $3 super chat. Are they boxing, dancing, or was that a cheerleading with pom-poms? Blue fruits thing. I'm going to go with this a cheerleading blueberry. Or something like that. I have no idea. I don't tend to do cartoons very much, and I certainly don't know. Rolling Stones have the song too. Yeah, one of them probably covered the other. Absolutely stunning. Red in the fins, almost blood red, and you want the genetics. Falling. Ah, well remembered, Marrett. Yes. Yes, that is the Stones version, isn't it? Yeah. Fallen, yeah. Fallen. Oh, God, was that one with Christopher Walken as well? Or, no, that's the Denzel Washington movie, isn't it? Fallen. Yeah. Look at that. Well done, Marrett. Marrett. Movie nerd. Yeah, it was Fallen Angel. Yeah. Yes, I've seen so many random horror movies that they all kind of blur into one giant. Well, it's just one giant, nice, warm, fuzzy place full of death and carnage and destruction. Yeah, my safe place isn't pink and fluffy and lovely. My safe place is dark and spiky and full of blood. It's probably not good when your safe space is a dark, scary space. Worst things happen at sea. Just ask any of the people on the German destroyers at Narvik, which I'm sure Marrett knows all about, as it was fairly local to her, especially with the Third Battle of Narvik from a British perspective. Corpses of all the idiots you used. No, they don't get into my safe space. I chuck them back into the pink fluffy space. Basically saying just in a shell. Yeah. And Dan's back. He's finished. Go on, and Dan, tell us what you had. Make me feel even hungrier than I already feel. Well, actually, I don't feel too hungry at the moment because I really need a pee, but as soon as I have that pee, I'm going to be really hungry. I've got 1 day out of date southern fried chicken pasta. Just in time for how mine's are, yeah. And while Dan types in what he's just eaten, I am going to have to go to the loo back in 30. Well, oh, hang on, no longer here. Starting up Roma 200. Something all set on the cabinet. African river theme, but not sure yet. King size and Arndana. Oh, you get. I'll say that is a Roma 200 sat behind me. So while I disappear to the little boys' room momentarily, you can behold, I will be back in but a minute. As long as I don't fall upstairs. No, remember to do your flies up sharp. Don't want to be getting in front of the camera and realise your flies are still undone. Gone to wrestle the Bashir. Happy place is puppy pile ringing the neck of an idiot. Yeah, it was a more look for yourself. Yeah, it wasn't. I've done a stinky, Sean. But yeah, I'll say it's Roma 200 with the standard filter that comes with it and light. Yeah, I can't complain. And it's even got the heater that came with it as well still. Literally, other than water, substrate, fish and rocks and wood, the only thing I've added to that tank is an airline with a box filter on the end of it. Old school box filter. Hi, my name is Bob and I'm addicted to eye drops. That's not something I've ever had. Need eye drops, mine are red and bloodshot. Very similar gestures. Yeah, if I'd have farted, you would have heard it because I would have made sure you heard it. And I can't smell it, so I don't bother wafting. Unless it's really bad and I can taste it, then I'll waft. But then I'm normally cracking up laughing and trying not to gag at the same time. Wouldn't African bushfish be okay in a 55? African bushfish? Yeah, I would have said so because they're not that active. They're not like a spectacularly zoomy fish. And bearing in mind, I've got electric blue acara in there that are going to get a bit bigger. Doctor gave me some for watching the screen so much rather than dry eyes. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really had dry eyes. Just, yeah, one would be fine. I mean, it all depends what you wanted to put in with it because it will eat most of other things. So with any fish, if it's small enough to fit in their mouth, they'll probably eat it if they can catch it. So when I've got a Senegal bichir in here somewhere. Hey, play nice, happy caras. Or are you starting to get the ump because you're getting greedy again? Is that it? Are you getting grumbly because you're getting greedy? Yeah. Well, if you please hold on for a couple of days so at least I can clear a tank for the babies. Right. Yeah, somewhere in there is Spazzy Boy. No idea again where he's hiding because he's not in his cave. He's not the brightest, bless him. He hides in his cave. Well, he thinks he's hiding in his cave. He's got like his front couple of inches in there and the rest of him is sticking out the back of the cave. I think African theme. Yeah, African theme. I think crebences are always good. Although if you go with bushfish, I'll probably go giant cribs. Just for the safety of the size, and the bushfish should probably eat most of the fry as well, which is good. Only person I know knows something when you can't smell gas is bad enough when you taste it. Oh no, that's a good thing. I just hope I'm not at school when it happens. Congo tetras, yeah, that would be fine. I would assume Congo tetras probably live in the same river as the bushfish. We eat special chocolate ice cream. I just get wind. It's irritable bowel syndrome, and I had an outbreak earlier in the week. Shelley's would be better by us. Yeah, bushfish do tend to stay at the top, don't they? If I'm thinking of the right bushfish. You might get away with Shelley's at the bottom. But yeah, bushfish do get sort of acara size, so, and they're somewhat more aggressive. So yeah, I probably wouldn't go with Shelley's, but yeah, it might work. But yeah, so you could go Congo tetras, cribs, Bashir. Come on, Senegal Bashir, they come from Africa for sure. Or ropefish, although you'd probably find that the rivers would be completely different. Like in the African theme, more or Central American theme. Special chocolate ice cream. Then my family flee or die. Yeah. Well, I know you meant Shelley's only, but I was wondering and thinking out loud to myself whether you could get away with mixing. Yeah, I have literally made people vomit with the smell that comes out of my backside. So, yeah. Or go to the manager and say they think that there's a dead animal that's rotting down at a certain aisle in the warehouse. Manager gets down there and like, no, that's John. He dropped one and it lingered. Yeah, I'm kind of legendary for the bad wind I can produce. But yeah, so yeah, an African tank would be cool. Do you see a lot of biotopes of Central or South America rather than Africans? Well, you see the African cichlid tanks all the time, and you see the shell dweller tanks all the time, but you don't necessarily see the African river stuff. So that would be cool. BRB, cat just peed on the floor next to the litter tray. Oh, I'm sure my cat pees on the floor all over the place, but no, it's ghost pee, so it don't really matter. I know he likes to chew airlines. He especially likes pulling airlines off of air pumps. That's his favourite game at the moment. I did have to have a chat with him. No problem saying that I can't have lactose, and my tummy goes to hell. Kept the pistos with red fins. Yeah, I mean, the pistos are pretty chill fish, aren't they, Sean? That's the thing. It's like, I'm pretty sure it's the same people who think that Crebensis are aggressive fish think that pistos are aggressive fish when they're not. I mean, most of the time, an apisto is just super chill. It's like the Icaras at the moment. You know, the Icaras are super chill. I'm sure if they got babies to protect, yeah, then watch out. But, you know, same with the apistos and with the cribs. If they got babies to protect, they're going to protect them, but they don't go attacking other fish. They just chase them off. You know, I've had people say, "Oh, you can't keep those danios in with the cribs because the cribs will." If the danios get too close to the fry, then the cribs chase them away. But if the danios stay away, they don't get chased. It's that simple. I mean, hell, the Ember Tetras soon learned to stay away from Robert and Roberta when they had fry. That's pretty much the first reason first way I knew I had fry in there from the apistos is because all of a sudden all the Ember Tetras are all in one corner of the tank up the top. I think Marek might be part male somewhere deep in the mind. It goes similar places that mine and Sean's do, which is kind of scary. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Bob. They're assertive rather than aggressive, aren't they? They don't go chasing, attacking things. Somewhere deep in the mind, Sean, you pervert. Yeah, they don't go chasing and attacking. They assert, this is our space. Our babies are here. You stay out of here. You know, you see the size of the gob on a full-grown male apisto. There's a lot of community fish could soon disappear down there. But they don't. My such and such is, the times you see it is, yeah. I know. Hands up. I'm perv. I'm male. I have male genitalia, therefore I have a perv. It's no point getting snowflakey and denying it, because I'm a man in his mid-40s. I'm a product of the 70s and 80s. And 90s, but I can't remember that bit. Or part of the noughties. I know. Don't tell me off every time I flick my cigarette ash. You know it's going to happen every Sunday. Yes, you do. And now you're flaring at me, aren't you? Showing me your big teethies. Yes. Be like getting bitten by one of these Shelley's is like it's like doing a blood test for someone with diabetes. I do the finger prick, just less painful and sharper. In it, because you just friendly fishes who think you're bigger and scarier than you are. And you're not, are you? You're not big and scary. Because I bet the second I put my hand anywhere near that tank, you'll disappear into your shells and go, the human. It's actually quite fun to do. Just put your hand there and just watch as the tank suddenly empties, as everything just disappears into its shells. A few seconds later, it will suddenly pop out again. Hey, I'm open and honest. It's just the way it is. Yeah. I've been eyeing up women for 30 years. I've got an idea of what looks good and what doesn't. And it's so bad that if your kids started with a dirty mind. Yeah, but you see, the thing is it bad? Is having a dirty mind and getting all the little innuendos and jokes. It makes adult life much more fun because you can drop little innuendos and jokes, and not everyone's going to get. You can say something, and two people are there. One person will crack up laughing, the other one will look at you confused as to why the other person. So I'm Dan with his video this week on the Salvinia. I haven't commented. I do apologise, Dan. But that's because I was struggling not to come up with something that wasn't based on a joke about floaters. I think whichever stream we're in, me and Sean always refer to them as floating plants, because the second someone puts the word floater into this chat, we start giggling like little schoolboys. I've got too many floaters. What do I do? Flush them? Use a stick to push it around the U-bend? That's kind of what I aim for, Sean, is, if we want to talk fish and get serious about science or whatever's going on in our tanks, we can. We can be all knowledge sharey and think tank and solve problems, or we can just have a bit of banter and a bit of a laugh, chill out, not stress too much about, can I type that? Is that going to upset someone? Certain channels you go to, yes, mind your P's and Q's. You didn't see what I just did. Mind you, that's because I haven't had a pee since like 11:30, and I've probably drunk a litre and a half of Coke and best part of a litre Monster. So yeah, that's why I needed one. Yeah, I'll say this boy here, he never once peed indoors or pooped indoors. If he needed to go, he'd go sit by the door and meow until I let him out. But yeah, I know. Yeah, you're welcome, Dan. But yeah, Salvinia is a great plant for a tank. As long as you've got nitrates. It doesn't do well in a shell dweller tank that's got deep substrate. There's deep sand substrate in there is pulling all the nitrates out of the water. And it killed all of the Salvinia I put in there. It basically just died. It had no food. And I'm not going to start dosing tanks that don't really need it. I say, when you bear in mind there aren't basically no snails in there anymore. The last nerite suicided. And so when you consider the lights are on 12 hours plus a day, there's 30, 40 shellies in there. In a 15-gallon tank, they get fed twice a day. And it's got no nitrates in it whatsoever. The only reason I do water changes is to reharden the water. Let's replace any minerals they've taken out of it, either building themselves, their eggs, their skeletons, that kind of thing. And there's some to actually put some nitrates in there, because depending on the weather, my tap water can come out 80 parts per million nitrate. So, I can do water changes and put the nitrate levels in my tank up. Sean's been timing the time it takes Shadow to have a pee, 53 seconds. I mean, that's pretty good for a dog. Bob's been washing dishes and come back to talk about eating animals. Yeah, Bob, it's my stream. You're kind of used to that kind of thing now, I would have thought. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I say this little dude used to go sit by the back door or the front door, whichever was closest. Yeah, Bob got wet fingers. Not in a fun way though, Marriott. Washing the dishes isn't a fun way to get wet fingers. There's far funner ways to get wet fingers. But yeah, let's say Zach used to go sit by the door and meow to be let out. Or if I was upstairs, he'd come up and meow at me to come and let him out. Or if I was asleep, he would meow, and if I didn't wake up then, he'd just punch me in the face to wake me up. Yeah, I try not to get wet fingers playing with floaters, Sean. This is why I have a stick in the bathroom, poking things down so they do actually go away when you want them to. I did use the toilet brush at first, but they just got really messy. I ended up having to buy a new toilet brush. And on that wonderful note, before the conversation over goes completely down the pan, boom, it is time for me to be done. I'm not sure if Priscilla's going live tonight. If she is, she'll be on in about half an hour. That's Priscilla MK Art. Lovely Priscilla. Very sexy accent. Done that and bought another one for the accessories. Yeah. It's one of these things that people say, most people wouldn't speak about. That's kind of the sort of thing you don't say that. I do, because most people's line is here. I look and go, is that the line off in the distance somewhere? So my time is up. As I say, Priscilla, I think is going to be on in about half an hour. If not, I'm trying to remember who else is on tonight. Kenny's on. Well, I think that's probably going to be past my bedtime. I will be chucking out Zeds by then, as I've not got to go to work tonight. Yay! So, hope everyone has a good week. I shall try and figure out something to do for a video for this week. Maybe something involving fry rack update, kind of that thing. Unless something random suddenly comes to me at some point, probably while I'm at work doing something completely unrelated. These thoughts pop into my head, the weirdest of times. Anyway, so what I'll do is I shall say thank you everyone for turning up. I'll blow a big mwah, kiss to Marek. Fist bumps to the dudes, unless you want hugs and kisses. Then you can have a hug and a kiss. I don't care. Oh yeah, Kenny's on tonight. Stories from Danny. Yes, that was funny. Yeah. Everyone have a good week. Stay safe. Enjoy your hobby. Don't ruin your thumb. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye from me. Bye bye from him. And bye bye. Love you. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp do 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 do. Sunday sharp.